Westside Wines and Spirits, and as promised, this is our first class for the Westside Wines Virtual Wine School. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about Bordeaux, specifically red wine from Bordeaux. And we had a pleasure of doing a wonderful in-store tasting just about a week ago with the folks from Master Brands who specialize in the red wines of Bordeaux, particularly in some specific vintages and back vintages. And with such a success of that, that I thought, wow, the first class, let's talk about Bordeaux. And Bordeaux could be a little bit of a mystery. What are the grape varieties? What part does it come from? What does this mean, left bank, right bank? And all this, the classifications of 1855 with the revisions in 1973, it's too much information. And all this information, yes, information and education on something, and knowledge, will help you enjoy something better. But here, it seems to just sort of muddy things up in the terms of enjoyment, and that's what we want to do with wine here. So I hope you enjoy the blog written below. There is a map that shows you the particular areas of Bordeaux and great information about the soil types and such, with the very bottom showing you the three wines that I'll be talking about this afternoon. I tried to pick a triangle of geography for the wines that we're putting together in the wine school pack for you, and we start in the right bank and two wines from the left bank. We start in the left bank with the southern area and the Côte de Bordeaux, and then we go north to the Haut-Medoc. In the right bank, we're in Saint-Emilion, but a particular area called the Montagne Saint-Emilion. Let's talk a little bit about what this means, left bank, right bank. Well, in the southwest of France, you have the area, large area of Bordeaux, and this is an AOC area making red wine from 5 particular grape varieties. And you can research this in the latter part of the blog. But particularly what you need to know is left bank, you're talking Cabernet Sauvignon. Right bank, you're talking Merlot as the driving grapes for these wines. And, all can be enjoyed with the blending of the 4 different grape varieties. It's going to be a characteristic that each particular area is idiosyncratic in the wines that they make, and not only the area, but the particular vintage. So we have 3 particular areas, we have 3 different vintages, and the idea here is, after that class, I said, wow, I just really enjoyed these wines. They were delicious. They were drinkable. We had them with food later that evening. And what a pure pleasure of enjoyment, which, again, is the main resultant idea that we want from wine, and particularly a wine that might be confusing, where you're looking at the front label, you don't know what grape varieties they are, you might even not know geographically where they're coming from, and so this is a demystification, if you will, slightly with the emphasis on the mystification on how beautiful blending 5 grapes in a particular part of the world is something super special and unique for these grape varieties. Again, we're focusing on Cabernet Merlot and as the driving forces. When we're over in basically I did a triangle of geography starting in Saint-Emilion, which is on your right bank, going then south west to the Côte de Bordeaux in the area of Cadillac, and then going north of this to the Haut-Medoc. All this is labeled on the map for you below. We start with the first wine, the Chateau Tretain, the Montagne Saint-Emilion, 2008. So yes, Merlot is the driving force in this bottle of wine and has a suppleness, a quality of fruit and texture. That's just a real pleasure to drink and makes it a real great food wine. Chateau La Reme is coming from the Côte de Bordeaux down in the area of Cadillac, and this is 2010. And the final wine is Chateau Moulin de Tricot, coming from the Haut-Medoc, and this vintage is 2011. Really, what you're looking at is 3 specific areas, 3 specific vintages, and which, in a nutshell, 2008 was not as generous as 7 or 9, but here a string of great vintages from 05 to 2011, basically, in this area of the world, in the southwest of France, is giving us great wine no matter what. But in this particular cuvée, we have this shell of austerity that 2008 offers. And once you can break through that, you can really enjoy these fruit elements that are there, maybe not as generous as 7 or 9, but they're to be enjoyed nonetheless, and makes this a fantastic food wine. Bright acidity with fruit, and that earthy components that you're looking for from Merlot, and a little bit of herbaceousness on the nose, a softer side of Bordeaux, if you will. Now moving to the left bank, we have the Côte de Bordeaux down in Cadillac in the southern area. We're near Grave here, so soil type is very stony, very gravelly. You get this minerality coming through, right through with this pinpoint precision through this wine. Yes, there's strength, there's structure, and with a 2010 vintage, you're sure to get a lot of that. But here again, minerality is the key, and enjoyability is the key here, and just what a great wine for the value. And finally, to finish out our trio, the Chateau Moulin de Tricot is a fantastic look at the new vintage of 2011. Current vintage for this wine, the 2010 was drinking spectacularly, and 2011 is just nothing to thumb your nose at, if you will. All the drinkability of dark red fruit, with Cabernet Sauvignon being the driving force. And to be enjoyed now, all three of these wines to be enjoyed now, and great with foods off the grill, especially if you're talking lamb, if you're talking leg of lamb, if you're speaking any wonderful gamey meats off the grill. The smoky characteristics really play, and there are a multitude of great food examples. But again, the main idea is to try these wines, to enjoy these wines, and to not be afraid about this particular area in exploring and exploration. And I think these wines are three great values that will help this exploration be an enjoyable one. So come on in to Westside Wines and pick up your wine school pack. At the bottom of this blog, you'll see the individual write-ups for these wines, as well as the pricing. There is going to be a 3-pack special pricing if you want bottles individually for sale, but also this 3-pack special. So come in, do your homework, and let us know, add your comments, and let us know what you think about these wines and how they work with some of the ideas that I gave for food. Cheers.